Okay, guys. Thanks for joining. Good morning, good evening, guys, everyone. So these are contact numbers where you can go ahead and reach out to the support team and the email ID. And this will be 243 batch. Okay, 243 batch Oracle SQL and PLSQL, which will be running 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST, 1 hour of daily classes for 4 weeks. We can extend based on the timings. Okay. I don't want to rush up the concepts. So we will be going one-on-one slowly. Currently, we are in the 5 days of demo session. Then thereafter, we can go ahead with the enrollments. Okay. So far, what we have discussed about what exactly the database is all about, and what are the different types of databases that we have in the market, and what is the purpose of the database that we have seen, and also what just what is the purpose of the database that we have seen, and along with that, what are the different types of commands that will be coming across, and how we will be writing the commands. Okay, and also the syntax for every command we will be discussing in the coming sessions. Okay, so far we have discussed about in an SQL that we have different types of based on the nature of the command, it has been divided into 5 different languages within an SQL itself, like for creating, altering, or truncating or dropping of any table. Like whenever we create a table, whenever we want to drop a table, that will becomes under DDL command, wherein which we will be saying that as a data definition. That's what we have discussed yesterday. So we have not jumped in. We have just discussed on the high level, on the outer line, what exactly a DDL command is all about. Okay. And also, like whenever you want to insert something, some data into a table. So first what we will do, we will try to create a table first. Then thereafter, we will try to insert the data. First, we will create a table. We will allocate the columns. So within that particular columns, designated columns, we will be inserting the data. Okay. So for inserting, we will be using an insert command, and this insert, update, delete, okay, and merge will be coming under DML operation, which comes under data manipulation language. Okay, so and also we have seen what is an auto commit, what is an user commit. Okay, whenever we perform any DDL command, right, it will auto commit. Auto commit is nothing but auto saving. Okay, it will save the data automatically. Okay, once we insert the data, it is our developer's choice. As an Oracle developer, it is my choice whether I have to commit the data, the transaction that I have done, whether I have to go ahead and commit it or roll back it. Okay, that commit and rollback comes under transaction control language. Okay, and we will be discussing about how exactly the commit will be helping us, and how exactly the rollback will be helping us. Okay, and also we have seen about data retrieval language. So let's say, for example, I have created a table, let's say customer information, and I have inserted some data, like let's say, for example, I have inserted 100 customers. So after inserting customers, I have to see the data, right? Whether the 100 customers data has been inserted into the designated columns or not, right? If I have to see, let's say, for example, who and all are customers located in particular one location. Okay, based on the location, I want to see the data of my customers. So for that, what I have to do, I have to retrieve the data from database, right? Retrieve is nothing but I have to fetch the data. Okay, if I have to see the data, whatever there in my table that I have stored, I will be using a select command. Okay, that we will be discussing once again, like in the coming session. Once we get into the practical things, we will be seeing. Okay, and we have seen about data control language. Let's say, for example, I have to give an access to particular person. So we will be providing grant to that particular table or to that particular database. Okay, if you want to remove the access, then we will be using a revoke command. Okay, this is on the high level. This is what majorly SQL will be relying. These are the basics, I can say. When you go to the even when you go to interview, these are the first questions, I can say, first questions that you come across. Like that, let's say, for example, as a fresher, you have attended an interview. The first question will be, what are DDL commands? Then when you're thorough with these particular things, then you can go ahead and answer it. DDL is nothing but data definition language, where it is when it can where it does an auto commit whenever any transaction has been done. So data definition language consists of couple of commands like create, alter, rename, truncate, drop, couple of things. Okay, if you are able to answer this, then I can say that you have good knowledge in the database and you are uh, 90% thorough with the interview. Okay, I can say that you are done with the interview with 90% of successfully. Okay, so these are the basic questions where people, I have noticed that even when they have when even with 2 plus years, when they are not thorough with the basics, they will get confused with answering of this. Okay, so when you are strong with the basics, then you can I can say that you are confident in developing any Oracle product, any requirement, where whatever the requirement comes, even uh, if a 10 years experienced person is not able to solve, if you are thorough with the basics, you can go ahead and solve confidently. Okay, so the basic commands comes from this slide. And this is the reason, this is the only reason that I have asked everyone to take a pic of this. At least now you can take a pic of this, keep it handy. So just try to remember this particular slide in the coming sessions. Okay, so when you are thorough with this slide, I can say that you are as a developer, you can survive. For as a confident developer, I can say you can be an expert developer going further. Okay, so this is what that we have discussed so far in the SQL. We have seen like in the SQL, we will be creating tables, we will be inserting data, and we will be creating columns. That and all we have discussed. So now let's get into the PLSQL. So this is what we have seen about SQL. So if anyone has any doubt, kindly let me know about SQL. We have other commands also, where we will be discussing about the commands and the syntaxes in going further, but I want to give an outer line what exactly the SQL is all about. So instead of being in confusion state what exactly the SQL and why it is used, I thought of giving an outer line of SQL. Okay, so SQL is majorly used for writing creating of couple of tables, inserting the data and manipulating the data, in creating of columns within a database. Okay, within a table, you will create a multiple columns. Within that particular columns, you will try to insert the data, update the data, manipulate the data. Okay, so these are the basic things that we will be doing the SQL, major things that I can say. Then we will be jumping into the PLSQL. If anyone has any doubt regarding SQL, kindly let me know, or else we can jump directly. We can jump into the PLSQL. If you are okay with SQL, on the outer line, I am not done with the in-depth. Okay, just on the outer line. If you are if you have any doubt regarding SQL, kindly let me know. I just want to make sure that you are okay with the SQL kind of thing. On the outer line, I just want to say. If you still have any doubt regarding SQL, please go ahead. But don't compare with other products, okay? Because every product has their own importance. I don't want to compare, but if we have any doubt regarding SQL, SQL is commonly used for every database. Every database, it will be same, okay? You will be able to see the create commands, insert commands, update commands and all, okay? But the only thing is that the syntax may vary here or there, okay? Anyone has any doubt, please let me know. So far, this is what we have discussed. Go ahead, no worries. I want everyone to go ahead. Everyone is awake, right, guys? No doubts. Let's make this interactive, okay? As it is a demo session. Go ahead. If you have any doubt, you can ping over the chat as well. Yes, go ahead, Amrita. You can unmute. I see someone raised hand, Amrita. Go ahead. And Okay, guys, no worries. It's okay. I think so that one by mistake. Let's jump into the PL SQL. I hope everyone is okay with SQL, with the outer line of SQL. Okay. Let's get into the concept of PL SQL. Let's say, for example, I have created a particular table and I am working in a project. Okay. Let's say my project name, my project majorly works on, let's say, for example, Amazon. I'm working on an Amazon project. Let's say Amazon shopping. Okay. This is for an example itself, but don't consider this is how we will be working. Okay. This is just for an example. I'm just saying. Okay. Let's say, for example, I'm working on an Amazon project, one of the project that is where I'm working on. The Amazon project majorly works from, um, uh, majorly works into customer level, customer shipping. Okay. Where customers will be placing an order and we will be receiving the amount and we will be delivering it to the customers. Okay. I don't compare it exact thing. I'm just giving an outer line. Okay. This is on the outer line just to make sure that what exactly the PL SQL will be all about. Okay. Now let's say, for example, I'm working on an Amazon project. The major target is customers. So for that, what we will try to do, we will try to create customer tables. Okay. Customer tables I will be creating. Now, as soon as customer, I have, let's say, for example, I will be having customers who will be placing an orders. So for that, what I will try to do, I will create order table. Okay. Now, the order that is placed for one of the products. Let's say, for example, he is trying to purchase one of the product for, let's say, for example, he is a mobile. He's trying to purchase a mobile. So he wants to place an order for mobile. So for this particular product, I need to have a table, right? So for that, I'll create a table called mobiles. So what and all the sellers that we have, leave about the sellers part, or whoever are the suppliers to us, to the Amazon. We will keep this as other side of the project. Let's keep that as a side. Okay. Now let's target majorly on the customers and the orders. Okay. Now I have all the mobiles related information in one of the table. I have created 3 different tables. And now once he places an order, now I want to give couple of offers to the customers, let's say. So for that, what I can do, offers, I'll create an offers table wherein which we will be refreshing this data. And now payment related information, as soon as he before placing an order, payment related, I have created one of the table. Okay. Now I have, with the help of an SQL, I have created 5 tables. This will not be the same thing every time, but just understand, just for make sure that what exactly PL SQL, what exactly we will be doing as a developer in PL SQL. I just want to give an outline. Okay. So now I have created customer related table, order related table, mobiles related table, or offers related table, and payments related table. Now SQL part is being done. Now let's say, for example, as soon as customer log in to the Amazon app, okay, I want to create a logic in such a way that whether that particular customer has been already signed in or not, whether he logged in, whether he is an existing customer or a new customer. So if he is a new customer, I want to populate an message saying that please go ahead and log in. Okay. Now, as soon as he log in, as soon as create an account, what we will try to do is that we will try to push the data of customer information. Let's say, for example, for customer or columns, let's say within the customer table, we will be creating customer name, his contact number, email ID, all those information, location, all those information I will be taking and I will be trying to insert into this particular table. Okay. Now customer names, I have customer name and the location, okay, and his contact number. Now I need to display him some orders, right? Whatever the section that he is looking for, whether he is searching for mobiles, I need to display all the mobiles related, all the models related to mobile, I need to display to him. Okay. So whatever the models that is there when he's searching for mobiles, I need to write some logic in such a way that whatever the mobiles that are there, whatever the mobile that he is searching for, I need to display all the models of the mobiles. Okay. So I'll be displaying Apple product related mobiles. Okay. Samsung. Then I'll be displaying MI, Nokia. Okay. Now, as soon as he as soon as he select one of the product, he will place an order. Now, let's say he had placed an order on today. Let's say 24 November. He placed an order on 24 November. Now, based on the offer, if offer is applicable, he can go ahead and place the order based on the offer. Ignore about this. Now, let's say, for example, there are no offers. Now, the payments has been done. Now, based on that, let's say, for example, he had placed an order for 20K. For Apple, let's say, for example, here 50,000 rupees. He had done the payment. Now, entire logic, I need to write a logic in such a way that as soon as customer comes in, as soon as he search for a product, I need to display, as soon as he search for a product of mobile, I need to display all the available products in our system, in our database. I need to display to him. Once I write a logic in such a way that as soon as he search for a mobiles, I need to display all the mobiles that are there in our database. Okay. So after displaying, I need to write a logic in such a way that whether the offers are there or not, for applicable or not. Once the offers are applicable, once the offers are applicable, I need to write a discount. I need to write a logic to calculate the discount. Once the discount has been done, now I need to ask him for the payment, or whether he wants to do the payment, or whether he accepts for cash on delivery. Okay. Online payment or cash on delivery. As soon as he, let's say, for example, he have made an online payment. Okay. Now within the orders table, I will be taking all the information. I need to create a relation in such a way that I need to confirm the order. I need to write a logic in such a way that the order is getting confirmed, payment is getting received, and the shipping location I need to track, and I need to capture all the contact and email information, email ID of that particular customer. Now, as soon as the order is placed, I need to write a logic in such a way that when the order will be getting shipped, okay, when the order will be getting shipped, now the customer will be eager, right? The customer will be tracking. As soon as he places the order, he will be eager to know when the order will be shipping, right? When the shipments will be starting, and he will be tracking on everyday basis. He will try to track the orders, or else on everyday basis, we will send him a notification. Okay. Until and unless the order is getting delivered, I can say that this is a full one life end-to-end life cycle, I can say. So for this end-to-end life cycle, we as a developer will be getting a chance to write a logic at one of the area. Okay. At one of the area where this is called as an order to cash life cycle. Okay. So if you're lucky enough, we will be getting a chance to develop the entire life cycle of logic for writing this entire logic in Oracle SQL and PLC with the help of SQL or PLSQL. So if I have to write a logic of this entire thing, entire life cycle, I cannot do it only with the help of an SQL. Okay. I will be needing the help of PLSQL. PLSQL is nothing but a procedural language for structured query language. Okay, so now you understand what is the benefit of PLSQL. So with the help of SQL, I can write something, but if you have to write a complex logic, so here order to cache life cycle, this entire life cycle needs to have some logics, okay, where we will be writing a complex logic as per our business requirement. So Amazon shopping, for this particular business requirement, I need to write a logic. So if I have to write a logic, I will need a knowledge of SQL and PL/SQL both. Okay. So for SQL, I need to have a knowledge of creating tables, where we will be discussing about that in coming session. And once we are thorough with SQL, we will be writing, we will be understanding how exactly the PL/SQL will be used for writing the logics. Okay. So to write this entire logic, to write a logic, we will be needing a PL/SQL. We need to have a knowledge of PL/SQL. Okay, that is the main reason. That is the only reason why we urge our students or everyone, whoever is ready to learn SQL, we will ask them to go ahead with SQL and PL/SQL combinedly. Okay, so as a beginner level, I can say as a fresher level, it is not that important for PL/SQL, but when the experience grows, let's say for example 1-2 years 3 years, so the expectation will increase. So when we are good with PL/SQL at the starting level itself, then I can say that after 3 years or after 2 years, when our experience increase from fresher level to experience level, we can say that we can write our complex logic. Any kind of complex logics can be written with minimal efforts. I can say without any struggles or without any hurdles, or instead of getting help from others. Somehow, some or others in the project, someone will be there to help us. But instead of asking them, we can start our experience. We can showcase our talent with the help of PL/SQL. Okay. So PL/SQL is majorly used to write a complex logics. Whatever the logics that needs to be done can be written with very minimal efforts. I can write a logic with the PL/SQL and I can achieve the target. The requirement which needs to be delivered can be delivered with minimum efforts, I can say. Okay. So now we got to know what exactly the SQL is and what exactly the PL/SQL is. Okay. So PL/SQL, where we will be writing a logics, and SQL is majorly used to create tables, insert the data, write the simple logic and simple commands, I can say. When you are good with commands, you can go ahead and use that commands in the logics. Okay. So there are different other concepts. There are here, like we have concepts where we will be discussing one after the other. First, we will be going through SQL. When we are thorough with all the commands, then we can use that commands. With the help of that commands, we can go ahead and write our logics with the help of a PL/SQL. Okay. There is some syntax which needs to be followed, where we will be discussing about that syntax. So that syntax is not that difficult. I can say it's very easy. When you are come into the picture of learning PL/SQL, then you will understand like how simple the logics can be written. Okay, that looks very difficult, but when you actually put your efforts of starting when you start putting your first steps right towards PL/SQL, then you will notice how simple the logics can be written. Okay. Now this is all about PL/SQL. Okay. So this is how, like, let's say for example, PL/SQL is majorly used to write all the logics, I can say simple logics, complex logics. But with the help of a PL/SQL, what can be done is that we can store our code in the database. Okay. Whereas in an SQL, we will be writing a command, but this command will not be stored in the database. But only thing is that tables and the data will be stored. but the command will not be stored. We have to save that command somewhere, or we have to keep a backup somewhere. Okay, but when you sorry, someone, sorry, mute. Kindly be in mute if okay, no worries, it's okay guys, let's continue. Don't worry, like if you are not in a questionnaire mode, try to be in mute. Okay, now let's say, for example, now this is what we have seen, like how exactly the PLSQL will be helping us and how exactly the SQL will be helping us. Okay, this is what we will be discussing in the entire course, where all the topics that we have mentioned will be going through, and we will be discussing how exactly the particular topic will be helping us and how exactly the course will be helping with the in our real time within our projects. Okay, so anyone has any doubts regarding PLSQL, please let me know. On the high level, we have not jumped in much in detail. We are on the high level itself. We have not discussed much more. Just a small part that we have discussed about PLSQL. I don't want to stress up much. Anyone has any doubt, please go ahead. Go ahead if anyone has any doubts. I know that as this is an demo session, and we are in the introduction classes, there will not be much. I can say that there will be a lot of doubts. Please go ahead. Yes, Javed, please go ahead.
Actually, there's in Lumiere.
Sorry. Could you please repeat once again? Voice is not that clear.
Actually, I took a SQL course in Udemy.
Okay.
But he explained only commands. So I didn't understand. He didn't explain how to compile and how to create a table.
Okay, so that we will be discussing. The creation of a table will be a primary thing. First, we will be trying to create the table. Then thereafter, we will try to insert the table. And we will be discussing about that. That is covered within the concept. That is a basic thing, which we will be starting from there itself.
Okay. So that is the doubt I had.
Yes, we will start creating a table, and we will be trying to create a columns within that. And after creating columns, we will be seeing how to insert the data into the tables. Okay. That is basically we will be covering up.
Okay, so thank you.
Yep. Anyone, any other doubt, please go ahead. I know there will be a lot of doubts. I don't want to be in mute. Please go ahead. Like you can go ahead. Be interactive, guys. No doubts? If you are comfortable in pinging over the chat, go ahead and ping over the chat. I am comfortable in responding from there as well. No worries. It's okay. You can, if you're comfortable in asking questions over the chat, you can go ahead and ask. No worries. So I hope everyone have gone through the concepts that we will be going through, and you have gone through the entire topics that we will be covering up, right? And I hope everyone have joined to this particular chat. I have pinged over. Let me ping once again. Okay, I'll send over the group. You can go ahead and join to this particular WhatsApp group, wherein which you will get to know any updates. Okay, going further regarding the classes, regarding the schedules and all. Everything will be updated within this particular group. Okay. So these on just a small concept that I want to, instead of jumping directly into the concepts of PLSQL, I thought of giving you an information like how exactly PL/SQL will be helping us. Okay, so we will be discussing in much more detail. This is just at the high level to make sure that what exactly the PL/SQL is all about and what exactly, how exactly we will be writing the logics. Okay, so for writing the logic, what exactly that we will be needing, that I just want to give an on the just an outer line that I have to give on the high level. So that is the reason I have I have given you an example. Okay, so in depth, when we get into the topic, actual topics, we will be discussing in much more detail about these particular concepts within PL/SQL. Okay, and no doubt so far. Go ahead, like if you have any doubt, you can go ahead and ask. Yes. Okay, guys. No worries. Like if you have any doubt, please go ahead. Okay, then. Now, so far we have seen about what exactly SQL and PL/SQL. Okay. Now let me give. Let me. There will be another question. Like I was expecting, like someone will be asking me this question. So you have seen about, you have got to know SQL and PL/SQL. So far, I am speaking about. We were discussing about that. We will be writing a code, or we will be writing a commands. Okay, I was saying about somewhere about the logics. We will be writing a logics. So where we will be writing this particular logics, where we will be writing the codes and the logics. I was expecting this question. I hope, I think so everyone knows this answer. So usually where do we write this logic? We will not be able to write the logics over the Excel sheet, right? We will not be able to write our code in Notepad. So that will not help us, right? So anyone has any idea where do we write our code, commands, and logics in SQL and PL/SQL? Okay, in database, that's good. Like in which database? Like what is the database name? Do anyone has any idea? What is the database name? SQL is a language. Go ahead. SQL is a language. That's a good guess, but SQL is a language, a technology, I can say. But I will be needing a tool, right? For writing any of the logic, any of the commands, I will be needing a tool. So what is a tool? Anyone has any idea, like which tool that we will be using for developing, or for developing our code, or for writing our commands? Okay, so no worries, it's okay. So we have, see, for writing any of the command, like for every technology, if I have to write a logic, or if I have to write a code, we need to have a special tool, so which supports our command, right? So if I have to write a logic, I need to have a tool which understands my logic, which understands my command. Okay, so if I come to a technology of, let's say for example, Java. Okay, if I am using the desired tool for writing command, it will understand what the code that I'm writing. If you are working on the .NET, you need to have a special tool where you need to write the command, where whatever the code that you write, it will be understood by that particular tool, right? So just like that, for writing Oracle SQL and PL/SQL in the database, we have a tools called SQL Developer, okay, and a Toad, and you can write over SQL plus as well. Okay, these are the couple of tools which are prominent, I can say, which got much more exposure to the developers. Okay, which is developer friendly tools, I can say. These are the most widely used, I can say. So far I have used in the organizations these two tools. This one I have used during any of the practice. Okay, if I have to practice something, I will be practicing over here, which is an developer friendly, or else I can say that which is an user friendly tool that I can say. Okay, so for writing any of the code that for I cannot say like other any other code, I can say that for writing SQL and PLSQL, for writing SQL and PLSQL in the database, we will be needing tools, couple of tools. Like you can take any one of the tool. Like we will not be taking all the tools. Okay, the tools are SQL Developer, Toad, and SQL Plus, SQL Star Plus. Okay, so we will be providing a tool called this one, SQL Developer. Okay, SQL Developer tool, which is a free version where you can go ahead and download directly from the Oracle site, or else I will be providing a document. Okay, you can reach out to the support team. You can drop an email to the support team where they will be providing you a document how to install it. Okay, and all the set of instructions has been given in that. We will also discuss how to install it. Okay, it is a simple tool where you can go ahead and hardly like 6 to 7 steps, I can say. You just need to follow that, click next, it will get installed. Okay, Toad is also another tool where you will be writing the commands, SQL and PLSQL logics, or any of the command related to Oracle. If you want, right, you can use the Toad, but this is a paid version. Okay, or else we need to have a cracked version of the tool. Okay, so I suggest, as a developers initial level of developers, we will be using SQL Developer. And even in the projects also, most of the projects will be giving SQL developers itself, SQL developer tool itself, as that is a free version which is provided by the Oracle. Okay, so this is the better version, I can say. This is the better product, so you can go ahead and use this particular thing. Even I will be uh, teaching all the classes. We will be walking through how exactly the SQL developer tool looks like and how we will be writing the command. Toad is also the similar thing, and SQL Plus, where I have not seen in any of the project in the real time, but for the practice session, most of the institutes will be providing, most of the trainers will be asking to go ahead with SQL Plus itself, but I will not suggest, because for practice this will be helping. But when you go ahead and when you go to the interview, let's say for example you have went to the interview and you have cracked the interview and you are in the project, if they provide you suddenly Toad or SQL developer, then definitely we will go out of my mind, out of our mind, we will be blank over there, we will struck, and then definitely we will be in the negative sense, okay, from our project manager, so someone, or else we will be getting motivated by ourselves internally, saying that this is entirely different, that. Okay, so SQL developer or Toad is the best thing, where I can say SQL developer is 90% of the projects use SQL developer tool to write SQL and PLSQL commands. Okay, so for that only reason, I am asking if I was teaching, like the training went on so far with all the students with SQL and SQL developer tool itself. Okay, this, when you are comfortable with the SQL developer, even in the real times, even in the projects, real time projects, when you sit in a project, you will be seeing 90%, I can say, this tool itself you will come across. Okay, so the Toad is also another tool where you will not see. Yes, there are other sites, as I said, like currently everyone is using cloud, right? There are many websites which comes into picture. Even oracle.com also, you can go to the practice.oracle. I will be even that also I will guide you for practicing. If you don't want to install any of the tool, okay, if you don't want to install any of the tool, or let's say for example or like a couple of my students were using a Mac. Okay, so Apple, whenever they use a MacBook, usually Mac doesn't support installing of Oracle SQL Developer or any of these tool directly. So they have to install virtual machine. Within that virtual machine, they have to go ahead and install SQL and SQL Developer. So what we suggest is that go ahead and create an account in Oracle. So that there will be a practice site, or practice, for the practice there is a site, okay, within Oracle itself, where you can go ahead and practice, just like SQL developer it looks. it will be similar 90%. It looks the same, like a copy paste of that. You can go ahead and practice over there instead of installing. So just like that, we have other sites as the compiler.com that you were speaking about, right? Compiler.com will also be using the same SQL developer itself, but the cloud version they will be using. So that cloud version they would have given as a site to us for a practice. There are many tools for practicing, but if you want to get hands-on with, be the familiar version of the tool, I request go ahead and install SQL developer, or go to the oracle.com, create an account and practice from there. Okay, so these are the one, either this or this I will explain. Okay, when my SQL developer is down, I will go to the cloud.com and I will explain from there, or else we can go ahead and continue with SQL developer itself. We will be seeing how the SQL developer looks and what are the we have to get explored. We need to explore that particular SQL developer, right? So that thing we will be discussing in the coming sessions. Okay, and instead of directly jumping, just want to give an idea like what are the things that we will be discussing. Okay, so these are the tools, and also please make sure that you just remember this. Like if someone says that, when let's say for example, even during interviews, let's say when I have questioned, when I was in the panel, when I have asked like which tool that you use for developing your code. For the fresher or experienced version, maybe I'm not sure what could be the reason, they were not able to answer which tool they were using. Okay, they were little bit confused on answering which tool that they were using. So I don't want my students to get confused. So for that reason, I am saying upfront that we will be going with SQL developer tool. Okay, just try to remember this even when you are attending for interviews, or when someone asks you which tool that you are using for let's say for example, you can go ahead and ask your friends who have completed SQL or PLSQL training. You can go ahead and ask them which tool that they have used. Some I can say that out of 10 people, I will say that whoever have completed their training, right? They only 4 to 5 people will be answering, like 4 or 5 people will be answering which tool that they have used. Rest other 6 to 7 people, they will be in confused state, saying that you will not be getting exact answer which tool that they have used for writing the code. Okay, so I want my students to be very clear about their tool that they have used. Okay, I don't want to be in confusion state, or when someone asks you which tool that you are using for writing your code, just go ahead and strictly say that SQL developer tool or Toad tool. Okay, this is about one of the question. Any doubts so far, anyone, or you want to ask regarding any of the things, please go ahead. Any others, any question, please go ahead. If you are comfortable over the chat, you can go ahead and ping, no worries. Even if it is a small question, go ahead, because I'm ready to answer. I'm ready to clear your doubt. Okay. As this is a demonstration or introduction, just we are in the basic level. So I hope there is no harm in questioning. It will be helping you and others as well. So when you question, there will be someone who will be having the same doubt. Even they will get cleared the same doubt. So I request you can go ahead and question your question if you have any doubt regarding SQL, PLSQL. Anyone? Why we will be using SQL, PLSQL? So I request you to go ahead and speak to this particular admin team. Okay, they will definitely guide you regarding the payment. Most probably, but within this 5 sessions, we can say that enrollments will be completed. Okay, so sorry, you can reach out to this support team. They will definitely help you with the enrollments. Okay, and they will guide you what is the last date as well. Mostly it will be within these 5 days itself. Enrollments will be done for the 5 days. Okay, regarding this, you can go ahead and speak up to this particular team. They will definitely guide you with the navigation. You don't need to, I hope you don't need to do it you don't need to do it personally. There is a site within the logiclabstech.com. Okay, even this is a site. If you want to directly get into this particular site, right, you can directly get into this and enroll, or else you can reach out to this particular support team. They will guide you step by step. Okay, so first 5 days will be free sessions. As per the discussed, right, it will be 5 days will be free sessions. Usually this is common for all the batches, so for whatever the batches that we have went, right. So first 5 days we will be going with the demo, where we will be making our students comfortable, where what and all the things that we will be discussing and how exactly the SQL and PLSQL looks like. Okay, so then thereafter we will be jumping into the concepts of SQL and PLSQL. Okay, anyone, any doubts, please go ahead. So regarding once after the payment, right, we will be asking our students to get into this particular site, where you can go ahead and see the recording, like every day, whatever, even this demo sessions is also uploaded in that particular site. Okay, if you get into this particular website, right, you can see the demo, like even the yesterday, day before yesterday demo sessions, you can go ahead and see over there. Okay, so every recording will be uploaded in that particular site as per the batches. Okay, so as we are in the batch of 273, so with the 273 batch, it will be uploaded. Okay, so 270, sorry, 243, I'm sorry, I'm really wrong. It is a 243 batch, sorry guys. 243 batch. With the help of 243 batch, it will be uploaded in the site. Okay, you can what we can do is that you can go ahead, look over there, you can see all the recordings over there. The documents also will be uploaded, even the notes, whatever the notes that I write. Let's say for example, I have explained a couple of commands. Let's say for example, in today's class, we have discussed, if we discuss about couple of commands, right, that commands also will be uploaded over there. Okay, you can download the commands, you can practice it, and documents also will be given with an explanation what exactly the command is all used for and how the command will be helping you. Okay, and what is the explanation of what is the purpose of that particular command. So all this explanation will be given. Okay, and any others, any doubts? So we are short with the time. I guess we have around 6 minutes of time. Anyone, any doubts, please go ahead. No worries. Even if you have any small doubt, please go ahead and ask. It will be helping others as well. You can ping over the chat, no worries. If we are comfortable in pinging over the chat, you can go ahead and type over there. I will respond. Even for the doubts, if you have any doubt, what we can do is that yes, see, SQL and PLSQL, I can say that this is majorly into coding itself. Okay, we will be having commands. The commands will be see, as an Oracle, I can say that we are as a developers. In Oracle, the person who is working on the Oracle, they will be called as an Oracle developers. Okay, as an Oracle developer, our major target is maintaining the data. Okay, so to maintain the data, we have to write couple of commands and couple of logics. Okay, so that we will be calling it as a coding. Okay, so that is nothing but a coding. So Oracle has commands and code. Okay, so we will be achieving our target with the help of a code and the commands itself. So SQL is full of commands, PLSQL is full of logics. Okay, so but that I don't think so. This is a complex thing. Oracle is very developer friendly. I can say that any beginner level can understand it with very easy way that they can understand the commands. Okay, they can write their own commands or they can write their own logics once we are done with the course. Okay, because I have seen all my students who has zero knowledge, who have come with a zero knowledge, they got entire knowledge within the course and they are able to write the logics by their own. Okay, so when you attend the interview, you will get to know the confidence level that you come across when you are comfortable, when you are done with the course. Okay, because I have noticed all my students who have attended the course with zero knowledge are capable of writing their own logics, their own commands. They are able to face the interviews at confidence. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, please go ahead.
we have exam from Oracle to get certificate.
Certification, see, we will help you regarding guiding regarding the certification navigation, but we will not be there to complete your certification. Okay, because certification requires experience. Okay, so as a fresher level, when we go with the certification will be completing, it will be completed after you complete the course, right? If you attend the certification, it will be completing somehow. But when you take this certification, if you attend the interview, right, then we will be facing the lot of challenges, because when a person with the certification will get more questions, in-depth questions, right? So when you are at a fresher level, I request not to go with the certification. When you are with experience level, after 1 year of experience, then you can definitely go with the certification. Okay, so do you
Okay.
have any experience, Javed?
No, no, sir, no, sir.
Okay, if you don't have the experience, I request, I suggest not to go with the certification. Like if you have a passion of doing certification, you can, I can, we will be helping somehow at the end. Okay, but
Actually, I listened that there is a exam from Oracle to
yes, yes,
certify.
there are examinations from Oracle. Okay, so we have multiple certifications from Oracle. Okay, but when you take that certifications and you can complete it, somehow you will complete. But when you keep that certification in the resume, right, you will get a lot of
Yes, sir.
questions asked. I have
Oh, sir, sir.
I have seen this. Okay, when you have 1 year of experience, then definitely you can attend for certification and keep that in your resume, where you will get add an added advantage. Okay,
Okay,
because
sir.
you
Thank you, sir.
have worked in the project, you know what the project you have worked and what exactly the work is all about. You will be having idea after 1 year. So when you attend the interview, then you can go ahead and explain them in a better way. Okay, so even that certification will be giving you an added advantage. Okay, but at a fresher level, when you keep the certification, right, then definitely
Yes,
when
sir.
they start asking an experience level questions, because you are already certified, they will ask you an high level questions or in-depth level questions. Okay, so you will be definitely getting confused with that questions. Okay,
Thank you for information, sir.
yes. Any others? Any question, please go ahead. No worries. Even if you have any small question, please go ahead. That was a good question, Javed. If not question, we can wind up the session, as tomorrow is Saturday. Saturday, Sunday, we will not be having class. Monday, we can catch up on the same time, 8 to 9. Okay, we can catch up on Mondays, the same time. Tomorrow, there will not be a class. Saturday, Sunday, we will not be attending. We will not be taking any kind of classes. Okay, so Monday on the same time, we can, on the 8 p.m., we can catch up on the same time. Okay, and Monday will also be a demo session. Okay, where we will be discussing about other topics. Okay, and that's it. We are done with the time, 9 p.m. Okay. Let's catch up on the same time, Monday. Okay, thanks for joining, guys. If you have any doubt, please go ahead and ask.